Brooklyn Nets star guard Kyrie Irving made his return to the court on Sunday after being suspended for tweeting out a link to an anti-Semitic film. Irving served an 8-game suspension and has since apologized for his tweets. In an interview with Sportsnet New York, Irving said, "I just really want to focus on the hurt that I caused or the impact that I made within the Jewish community, putting some type of threat or assumed threat on the Jewish community. I just want to apologize deeply for all my actions for the time that it's been since the post was first put up." He added that he had very moving, very impactful conversations with several Jewish community leaders, finally figuring out why his initial post had a negative effect on people. So we talked about this on the show last week, and look, that film is clearly very kooky and conspiratorial and anti-Semitic. It's like a Hebrew nationalist, the Black Hebrew Israelites group, and Kyrie Irving has, said crazy things in the past. I'm in this weird place where, yes, that movie is bad. He shouldn't hold those views. I guess he should apologize for them. Also, I don't really care if a sports figure thinks crazy things. Probably a lot of them do because they're not in careers of ideas, even more so than Kanye West, who I guess is at least in a kind of creative, expressive medium. If everyone, the stick to sports thing is probably good advice, but I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. I guess it's good that he apologized. I don't know that it's sincere, right? It was kind of probably extorted out of him so he can continue making money. But it's just kind of I don't know. Do I need everybody who thinks something crazy to be really sorry for it if they have nothing to do with public policy or even expression? I don't know. What do you think, Batya?
Well, it's so interesting because as you were speaking, I was thinking of how there are so many, the whole shut up and dribble is considered to be almost have risen to the level of a slur, right? No, we have a right to have our opinions, right? Don't tell us, not to support Black Lives Matter, not to support this or that cause. We want to have a voice in the public sphere, right? On the one hand, and then on the other hand, but this is not really your job to be right about things, right?
Right.
God
these are really
bless
bad
you
opinions. If they want to say, no, we get to express our opinions, then people are going to go, okay, well, that opinion is really dumb and bad and obviously stupid, and you're going to be held accountable for it. So sorry. Do you know what I mean? It's not a close call whether any of these. I mean, he had some affection for Alex Jones in the past. These are very crazy things. But again, I don't care if a basketball player holds crazy views because I don't need everyone whose contribution to society doesn't have to be perfect, I don't think, which is I fear we're veering into a place where that's the standard and it will not be healthy, especially when you get to then the canceling people from banking institutions or from GoFundMe's or or PayPal, if you ever shared misinformation, all that kind of stuff that is so Orwellian and creepy, and I think we're all pretty against. This is obviously different than that, but I don't know. I find myself unsatisfied with my own opinions on it because at the end of the day, I just don't love forced apologies or whatever because it is forced. Did he actually change his mind? I don't know. And do we care? I don't know.
Well, so I feel a little bit like the opposite. I feel like it does seem to me like his apology is really sincere. It does seem to me that he was finally convinced why the film was problematic. At the same time, I really wish that it wasn't extorted from him. I feel both that there is a rise in anti-Semitism. It is translating into actual anti-Semitic attacks. But on the other hand, I feel so uncomfortable with, the Jews kind of, coming for Black celebrities in this way when they don't hold political office. And like you said, shouldn't they have the right to be, wrong about things? So I really do see both sides of it. On the one hand, these are hateful views. They have a real world impact. On the other hand, these people are not paid to be right about things. And, is it really Kanye's fault that there have been this slew of anti-Semitic attacks? No, unless he's actually calling for physical violence. Right. That's not incitement. So, I think it's really complicated. On the one hand, you want to say there's no room for hate speech against any group. On the other hand, I think even the policing of it to this degree can have this kind of rebound effect where people are like, oh, you see, they do control everything, right? So it's a really complicated topic where on the one hand, you want people to not, have these hateful views. On the other hand, you don't want to have to force them in these very public ways at gunpoint of their career and of $1 billion to not have them.
Yeah. Very well said, Batya. Thank you for that. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Rising right after this.